Dave Calhoun, CEO of Boeing, joining us on a day where, look, better than expected earnings, a narrower than expected loss, revenue better than expected, but the free cash flow is what I want to talk about. What, $2.5 billion? The street was expecting about $114 million. What did analysts not appreciate about the quarter that had their estimates so low compared to what you delivered?
Well, it's a reflection of the strong demand market that we've been talking about for quite some time. Everybody will recall we had a big order with Air India that needed to get finalized. Riyadh Air, the Saudi Kingdom, and then Ryanair even are all deals that were finalized in the quarter, and the advance payments that come with them are what show up. We can't time those perfectly, and we can't predict when they'll be, but somewhere between the second and the third, they were going to happen, and it's happened.
Let's talk about the 737 MAX. One of your announcements this morning is you're transitioning. It was 31 a month. You're in the process of going up to 38 a month. That reflects your confidence in the supply chain. How much more stable is it now than, let's say, a year ago?
Yeah, it's settling down. There's no doubt. We announced our intention to get to 38. We're actually a little ahead of our plan to get to 38. The master schedule related to that increase, and not only that increase, but the increase to 50 later on in our horizon here, that master schedule's been out there. So suppliers have been working diligently to sort of settle down, eliminate the constraints, and slowly and steadily we're seeing fewer and fewer delivery constraints. So I'm feeling pretty good about where this is going.
You mentioned the orders, number of huge ones in the second quarter. And that has a number of people saying, well, the demand is played out. We've seen the big orders now. It'll be a more normal market in terms of orders. You don't think that's the case, do you? You think there's more big ones out there, right?
Yeah, don't hold your breath. I mean, there are big orders out there. A lot of sovereign interests. I don't talk about it often, but the quality of the backlog has never been better, never.
Explain that. That means these are people who are going to follow through on these orders.
Absolutely, absolutely. Think about Air India, underwritten by the Tata Group, one of the strongest companies in the world. Airport development going at a pace that we've never seen in India. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia wants to be a destination, and when they want to be a destination, they will be one. They are developing airports, creating new airlines, placing orders, and yes, these advance payments reflect the seriousness with which they're going to approach it. So it is those, and it is many more to come. So yeah, it is a pretty constrained world out there with respect to the demand that we see.
Dave, Jim's got a question for you. Jim, go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, before the big fracas, the Boeing stock was at about 378. And what I thought happened was that there just became this giant parking lot of planes that wouldn't be able to be worked off for ages. I'm looking at what you're doing, and I'm thinking that there's a definitive free cash flow breakout, much bigger than now. In 2024, and that you may be one of the biggest free cash flow stories in the world, including tech, after 2024.
Well, Jim, I mean, that is a very important point, a very important message. We started the post-MAX world with 450 airplanes that needed to be returned to service. A lot of work goes into every one of those airplanes. We deliver them one at a time. The reliability of those airplanes as they've entered service has been fantastic. So we're on a pretty good run there. And yes, by the end of 24, we're almost completely out of the 737 MAX inventory overhang. And we're almost completely out, if not totally out, of the 787 joint verification work that we have going on in that program. So yeah, that 24 moment is a big one. We get to eliminate shadow factories. And yes, I think the model that we enjoyed before COVID and before the MAX issue, that will become very apparent to everybody.
Obviously, you know planes much better than I do. I know stocks, and I think that 2019 number is going to be behind you when I think about the fact that your supply chain issues seem to be resolved. I know from what happened with Raytheon yesterday, RTX, you can never just declare it, and that's not you, by the way, but it seems like all the supply chain issues that had dodged you, including the number of engineers that you need yourself, are also now behind you, and that therefore, again, earnings per share can increase dramatically.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's everything is just settling down. That's the word I would like to use. There's no big dearth of engineering talent. The training of the new talent that has been recruited to the supply chain side of our house, as well as our own, that's been moving along at a steady pace. As I said, it's just starting to settle down, and I'm feeling more and more comfortable that we're going to get ahead of it. We can't rush it. We've got to be disciplined every step of the way, and we are.